So I made a video about sitting in the discomfort of your anxiety, and people are wondering, how do you do that? Well, we know that our emotions carry messages, and for us to be able to hear those messages, we need to sit with that emotion and connect with it so that we can hear what it's saying and then respond. We need to engage with that feeling or that emotion to be able to understand what it's trying to tell us so that we can know how to address it. And take, for example, the emotion of anger, which is very familiar to most of us. It's the most socially acceptable emotion that we can express. And you want to understand your anger on a day-to-day basis. So you can think of the pattern of your anger as having a sleep-wake cycle. So your anger falls asleep, meaning it's not bothering you, it's silent, or your anger can wake up and start bothering you. And you want to understand what wakes it up, what sounds wakes it up. So is it a conversation, a particular conversation with perhaps your parents or your spouse or your friend? Or is it, many people around you that keep provoking that anger or keep waking it up? What wakes it up, or who wakes it up? And how does it wake up? Does it wake up very rapidly or abruptly, or does it wake up slowly? So do you find yourself just having these pent-up emotions coming up, and then they erupt into this anger outburst? Or does it just erupt like that? And then when you do feel angry, how long does it take you to stay angry? And when you're angry, how does it manifest? You want to look at emotionally, how do you feel? Do you feel like you're helpless? Do you feel like you're under attack? So do you feel like there's a threat around you? And if it is, then what is that anger threatening? What is the message of that threat? Is it threatening your self-worth? Is it threatening your self-respect? Is it threatening the way you view yourself, so your self-worth or your self-esteem? What is it threatening? Is it threatening your relationship? Is it threatening your position? Is it threatening your sense of authority? What is it threatening? You want to listen to that. There's a message. And then your physical manifestation as well. Do you feel like your heart is racing fast? Do you feel like your chest is getting squeezed in? Or do you feel like your hands are shaking or your palms are getting wet? How do you feel physically when you're angry? And then what do you do, or how does your anger go away? What coping mechanisms do you use, even if they're counterproductive? So a lot of people would drink or would use drugs or would go and perhaps use sublimation as a way of redirecting their anger. So they use it as energy, as fuel to exercise, but they would do it now excessively. Or altruism, whatever it is that you're going to use as a defense strategies, be aware of that and know that you're using it to actually calm you down from your anger. That's what we mean when we say sit with the discomfort, or sit in the discomfort of your anxiety, of your anger, of your grief, of the negative emotional experiences that you're going to have, because that is the way you're going to be able to hear the message. And yes, sometimes it can be overwhelming for a person. And when it is, then that may be an indication that you need external help, some external support to help you make sense or figure out these things. So yes, continue sitting and make it a habit of sitting in the discomfort of your anger, of your anxiety, of your negative emotions, to be able to understand how to better deal with them.